I talk a lot about why it's important to have an early diagnosis of any cognitive disease, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, FTD. There's a lot of causes of dementia. Some of them are reversible, like dehydration, lack of sleep, UTI. The list is medications. There we go. That's kind of like the top ones. But I want to focus today on one really huge reason for getting an early diagnosis, and that is so that you can make the decision as to whether or not the new treatment drugs that have only been available for like 2 or 3 years widely. They've been in clinical trials for a lot longer than I was even aware of them. I recently met a man who'd been on Leqembi for 10 years, and he's kind of one of the reasons I want to have this conversation really quick is I really think they're underselling the benefits of these drugs, because I've talked to quite a number of people. Now, it's pretty selective, it's random, but it's enough people who are living well with the disease well into a diagnosis. 10 years in, my mom was, no. She needed help with a lot of stuff. Not the day-to-day getting dressed and eating, all that. That's more of a later stage, but she couldn't manage the household anymore. So we'll just end it with that. But I've met people who have been on these drugs for 10 years that travel across the country, who are doing public speaking, who are managing their lives pretty well with not a huge amount of help. Yes, they do need people to step in and kind of be like a support, but don't we all need that at some point? And I know the drugs are expensive. You have to go to the hospital twice a month to have infusions. And they're only really saying that you're going to get like 6 months of good, more good months left. I really think that it's more. Now, I personally am a, under promise, over deliver kind of gal. Hope you're getting that from this channel. So I kind of think, since the drugs are still new, there's not a lot of people who have taken them yet. There's not a lot of people who have taken them for a decade. I do think that the underselling is valid, but I really want you to know that I really think that they're underselling it. And if you're concerned about your memory, get one of the new tests, find out what's going on, and then make plans if it is the worst case scenario, because there's a lot of things you can and should be doing now, even if you don't have a diagnosis. If you're like me with a family history of the diseases, there's a lot you can do. So don't be afraid of a diagnosis beyond what it actually means, because there is things we can do at this point, which we didn't have 5 years ago.